Hello, 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 hello. It's the Megan Show. It's the Megan Show. It's the Megan Show. Oh, yeah. No, I can't sing, but I like the song. Kisses to all of you. Thank you so much for joining me today. Kisses to my new subscribers. I want to send a special thank you out to Sue Smith. She gave me a referral or a shout out, whatever you want to call it, to her subscribers. She has about 60 to 70,000 subscribers. So I appreciate her doing that for me. And welcome if you're from Sue's house. Kisses to all of you. Be sure to tell her that I thanked her. What else do I want to talk about? Oh my God. We're going to talk about that stupid stuff. I love it. I love it. I love it, Nancy. I love, 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 love my cup. I don't have one. And my lovely book that I got from Raquel. Thank you so much, Raquel, for my book. And one of you recommended that this lady has Britney Spears' book and I should follow along with her. I believe her name is Denise somebody, but thank you for that. So let's get down to it. So Meghan's in Jamaica. Okay, now I have sketchy details about her being in Jamaica. Now, word on the street is that she's at the Bob Marley premiere. And of course, just like at any premiere, not any premiere, there's other people there. And I don't know who he is, but let's don't talk about him yet until I find out who he is. They're going to talk about him. But anyway, I believe Meghan is over there trying to get some work. Remember when Harry asked the Disney promoter to star Meghan in one of his shows during the Beyonce Lion King premiere? It was really tacky. He was, like one of my subscribers said, Meghan was planning on leaving before she even married Harry. Just like she planned the name Lilibet before she got permission from Elizabeth to use it. She had already registered the domain Lilibet and so on before she even asked. That's why it's so frustrating that Meghan just takes it upon herself and just do what she thinks is best for her and her family without any consequences. But she doesn't care how other people feel or think. It's just her feelings that matter. It's just what's best for her that matters. And my question to those that meet her, do you not see the deception, the fraudness, the narcissistic way she is? I mean, you can smell her narcissisticness from a mile away. Smell it. That's that stupid stuff. Okay. So I want to do 2 videos. I'm going to try to get done before I have to go get my little bit. So basically, we're going to do one with Piers Morgan, and then we're going to talk about this Jamaican trip. Now, the outfit she had on was ugly. Once again, it was like a shirt with a top spreaded, and according to Paula M., it was wrinkled. Now, I just think that she could do a lot more better with her wardrobe. I honestly can say that when she was a royal, her wardrobe just seemed a lot more put together. Just my thoughts. Oh, yes, and I know I've been saying this a lot, but my sister is ready. Tomorrow we're going to do a live. I plan on doing a live stream, and I'm going to invite my sister in for about 30 minutes. I'll text her today and send her an invite, and hopefully she can join us. If not, it's just going to be me and Sam, and besides, I need to talk to Sam about my sister anyway because she doesn't know. So she needs to know what's going on, and I'm sure she's not going to mind at all. But my mom texted me last night too, and she has some information, but I got to confirm her inside source. Woo, okay, be right back. While you're at it, give yourself a big hug. Tell yourself that you're beautiful and you love yourself, and do something fun and exciting today and make yourself happy. Think of some things that just make you blossom and brings you joy, even if it's a piece of gum. Okay, we're going to do a little bit of recap too, because I still want to talk about how Meghan stole the name from Elizabeth. She stole it. She didn't get permission. She stole the name, Lilibet. And I know that's old news, but it's still news to me because I think it just goes to show us how deceptive and deceitful Meghan has been since she joined the royal family. And just how she's just oblivious to anyone else's feelings. Like, she didn't even think or consider how Elizabeth would feel if she took the name. She had to have some inkling notion that Elizabeth wasn't going to be happy since she was doing everything behind her back and behind the scenes. Here we go.
If nothing else, it was a gross...
That's that stupid stuff.
Well, on the subject of the late Queen's upset at Harry and Meghan using the name Lily...
Okay, sorry about that. My phone was dying, as you can see. Someone said do it sideways, but if I look at you guys, I may not be looking directly at you, and it may look funny if I turn it sideways. So I'm going to try it and see if I turn my phone sideways so you can see more and see what happens. Okay, because when I do it when I do my streams on the computer, it's this gray dark look. You really can't see me. Anyway, moving on. We're gonna dive into this.
Well, on the subject of the late Queen's upset at Harry and Meghan using the name Lilibet for their daughter, Cynthia says the poor late Queen must have been deeply hurt. A name that was just her own for nearly 100 years until that wannabe in Hollywood put a trademark to it.
And Gaynor agrees, if nothing else, it was a...
Did you say that wannabe Hollywood?
Well, on the subject of the late Queen's upset at Harry and Meghan using the name Lilibet for their daughter, Cynthia says the poor late Queen must have been deeply hurt. A name that was just her own for nearly 100 years.
For comments and emails about last week's show, here's the reaction to the reaction.
Well, on the subject of the late Queen's upset at Harry and Meghan using the name Lilibet for their daughter, Cynthia says the poor late Queen must have been deeply hurt. A name that was just her own for nearly 100 years until that wannabe in Hollywood put a trademark to it.
And Gaynor agrees, if nothing else, it was a gross invasion of the Queen's privacy. To have placed a copyright on it even before the baby was born can only mean that they were determined.
If nothing else, it was a gross invasion of the Queen's privacy. In other words, Meghan shouldn't even have been privileged to even, how should I say it? She happened to have inside information that Elizabeth's name was Lilibet, and she knew that was her childhood name. And so she decided to take it upon herself to go ahead and lock this name up, patent it, put princess next to it, do whatever she wanted to do with it. And the Queen was upset with Meghan because she, first of all, didn't get permission and she took it from her. And basically it says, if nothing else, it was a gross invasion of the Queen's privacy. Meghan was all up in it. She didn't care. She didn't mind. She just didn't think how it would make her feel. She didn't confide in the Queen. She didn't do any of that. She just took it upon herself to give her kids Prince and Princess and Lilibet. No one told her that she could give those titles to those kids. I guess Harry gave her permission and she went from there. Then it goes on to say, to have placed a copyright on it even before the baby was born. The baby wasn't even born yet, and Meghan was making plans, copyrighting it. This is how sick this individual is. The fraud of it all, the nastiness of Meghan's behavior of it all. Imagine her coming into your house and then she hears a name that is sacred to you. And then months later, you find out that she took that from you. She comes in your house and she just takes it. Let's put it a different way. Okay, here's some perfume. Meghan walks in and takes it. Then she gets home and says, can I use it? And then we don't even know which perfume she took. But at this point, she took it. So there's nothing really we can do about it but let her have it since she wanted it that bad. That's what happened to the Queen in her name. Meghan took it, copyright it before she was even born. That's how despicable Meghan was, and how sad it is, this controversy around her daughter's name. But she doesn't care. She's in Jamaica trying to get some work. I thought the baby was sick. You didn't go to the premiere, did he? Is he well? Is one of them well now? And you could jet off to Jamaica? That's her lying. I really believe that she was lying. That's my point. This is my own assumptions. This go find out for yourself. So it goes on to say, and I'm going to repeat it, to have placed a copyright on it even before the baby was born can only mean that they were determined to use this name whether they had permission or not. Disgusting behavior. In other words, she didn't ask the Queen. She took it. She took it first. And then she got home months later and said, oh yeah, by the way, I took the name. I took the perfume. Can I have it? And at that point, what was she gonna do? I would have called, sorry, I spilled some beer on me. I would have called her up and said, you need to change the baby's name and you need to change the baby's name now. But how could Elizabeth do that? The only thing she did was just suck it up and moved on, but she was furious. The aide said they had never seen her this upset. And I could, listen, he talking. Rock-a-doodle. Last treat. Here you go, pumpkin. Just this disgusting behavior. If someone can come into your house and steal from you, there's no telling what this person will do. I think Meghan has some evilness going on. It's beyond narcissistic sociopath. It is deemed evil. The things that she does. And she doesn't think about how the other people will feel. And that's what she's missing. She has no empathy. She has no remorse. She has no heart. It's hard. Because Meghan only sees what she wants to see. She believes her stuff. I believe she believes everything that comes out of her own mouth. And then Harry will look to the side and be like, she lying. And he knows she's lying. She didn't turn him into an impulsive liar. I do believe that.
Determined to use this name, whether they had permission or not. Disgusting behaviour.
That's absolutely right. And there was also a lot of reaction to our discussion about the relentless attacks on that fine writer, J.K. Rowling. Janice says, I agree 100% with your views about J.K. Rowling and her ungrateful protégés.
While Linda emails to say regarding J.K. Rowling,
Okay, we're going to move on, guys. Okay, this is Piers Morgan talking about Meghan and Harry, and then we're going to move on into the Jamaica stuff, okay?
Another oppressed man, Prince Harry, who went to this extraordinary event in Hollywood where he was declared a living legend of aviation, and no one's quite sure why. What did you make of this?
Well, I'll tell you, as much as I hate to say this, Hollywood can have Harry and Meghan. That's probably the only place they're useful at this point.
Hollywood can have Harry and Meghan. That's the only place where they're useful at this point. I don't believe it. I believe Hollywood has spit her out. And I don't believe that she has all these deals and all these things going on. But we'll see. Maybe Jamaica is going to change her mind. Maybe maybe they're going to give her a deal. Maybe they're going to help her out. Maybe they're going to make her redeem herself. Maybe she's going to come out and be a big star. She said that they are irrelevant. That is strong words. And the only people that want them is Hollywood. Do they? Let's ask ourselves.
They're still living out their 15 minutes of fame. I think it's
event
I want her to
in
say it
Hollywood
again.
where he was declared a living legend of aviation, and no one's quite sure why. What did you make of this?
Well, I'll tell you, as much as I hate to say this, Hollywood can have Harry and Meghan. That's probably the only place they're useful at this point. They're still living out their 15 minutes of fame. I think it's going to dwindle.
15 minutes of fame. Meghan is still chasing clout. She's still chasing that dream. She's still got that vision board up, trying to figure out where she's going to brand herself at. Meghan is relentless. You remember when she was like, she tried the royal way and it just didn't work out for her, and she was sad that she didn't really make, do more for the kingdom and wasn't over there long enough to, like she failed. And she failed in a way that it wasn't her fault, kind of a thing. And then she said somebody on the plane got down and said, "We thank you for what you've done to our country," talking about UK. She's lying. Nobody said that to her. She didn't do anything. She was only over there for 15 minutes, like that lady said. 15 minutes, 5 minutes for the wedding, 5 minutes for the baby, and then 5 minutes to Mexico. And all during that time, she was stirring up dust, dirt, and trash. Racism and Catherine and kicking her out of just everything that you can think of went wrong. Now Harry doesn't have a country or a family. She said Hollywood could have them. They are still chasing that 15 minutes of fame. She is relentless. She is not letting up on stopping this dream of becoming. We saw her at the end of last year, and here we go with her at the beginning of this year. She's not going anywhere. No one is moving her out of Hollywood. No one. She will dump Harry first, move on to another prey, and keep it stepping. She's never going back to United Kingdom. And for them to meet with I think it's the Prime Minister of Jamaica. And word on the street is that they're going to take a vote to see if they're going to still be connected to the Commonwealth. Help me out, my royal scholars, because I know I'm missing some fuzzy details, and I love when you guys come with the information. But let's continue to see what else she says.
And I would say, Piers, we should just stop talking about him. We should stop shining.
Stop talking about Meghan. We should just stop talking about them. They're not going to let us stop talking about them. They're always going to do something or say something or be somewhere that's going to be controversial, doing something stupid or saying something stupid or acting stupid. And so it shines a light on them instantly because of that. This Jamaica trip, it's controversy. Everywhere she goes, everything she touches, every little scenario, it doesn't fare well with Meghan. It doesn't. Or Harry. You've seen what happened at the Aviation Award. Harry had that fake joke about John Travolta. Nobody knew what the hell he was talking about. It was stupid, it fell flat, and it was just kind of rude. And everybody is saying how Meghan and Harry really haven't reached out to the king and Catherine about their illnesses. And I say, why would she? She doesn't care about them. Her heart doesn't go out. It would be a fake one. It would be, oh, I care, but don't. Like that left eye, left tear. Let's go, Meghan. She did the same thing at the Queen's funeral. She had that left eye tear coming down. Moving on.
The light on them, and then they will scurry, they will go away. We breathe life into them by giving them
We breathe life into them by giving them a platform. That is true. It is true. Yep. It keeps her relevant. But let me tell you something. Her despicableness, her nastiness, her evilness draws you to see what's next. Why is she doing the things that she does? And I know that HD Tutor has told us that she's a narcissistic person, and that should explain why we still talk about her. But it's not enough. My sister called me the other day, and she was like, Tisha, I read this, I read that, I read that she took the name from Elizabeth and all of this. My mom texted me and said that they took their titles away. Yes, they took the HRH away, Mom, and put it in a vault. They can't use that. But I don't think Parliament has taken away Duke and Duchess of Sussex. I think Meghan will put out a statement and raise a lot of hell because she thinks she earned that name, the Duchess of Sussex. And one of you from the Sussex, and I have a few subscribers that are from Sussex. So listen, you guys are on the map. Regardless of her, she does not make your country beautiful, your town beautiful. The name Sussex alone is beautiful. And so you can just kick her out because she's not a princess. She's not a royal, a real royal. Real royals don't act the way she does. If you are a person of, what am I trying to say? She doesn't hold the attributes or the qualities of a royal or a princess or a duchess. And so in my brain, I kick her out from being in that society. And all I see is the D-list Meghan Markle trying to have 15 minutes of fame. Okay? Let's move on.
They really have no talent. They really have not much. Hollywood can have Harry and Meghan. That's probably the only place they're useful at this point. They're still living out their 15 minutes of fame. I think it's going to dwindle. But I would say, Piers, we should just stop talking about them. We should stop shining the light on them. And then they will scurry. They will go away.
Scurry.
We breathe life into them by giving them attention. They really have no talent. They really have not much.
There's no talent there. All she does is get dressed and then gets in front of her husband and shakes someone's hand like she care. That's all. Every time she opens her mouth, she's talking about herself. I, me, what I've done. How great she is. How she's this influencer, ambassador, this wonderful woman. But we know that's not what we see. We see the truth. The evil, the debacle, the narcissistic tendencies. She is the epitome of narcissistic. You look it up in the dictionary and you'll see her face back there like this. Anyway, she said, stop breathing air into them. It's hard not to because it's a constant downward spiral for Meghan. But she doesn't see that. She thinks that if she comes out more, if she meets more people, if she hangs around the Hollywood people, their people will like her too. No. The verdict is in. Hold on. A second. Let's see what else.
To offer, so we stop talking about them, and I think their light will dim even faster than it's already going to.
I like your thinking.
Tommy's such an expert on people that have no talent.
Wow.
Okay, so we got two other ones that's that is about to do the opposite. Praise Meghan. Okay, let's see.
Actually, I'm going to disagree with Tommy on this one. I want to hear about Harry. I want to hear about
Of course she's going to disagree. I don't know her name. Let me see if I can get her name real quick. Okay. I know you can recognize her voice. She's always praising Harry and Meghan. Let's continue.
good things.
You think he's a living
I want
legend
to hear
of
about the
aviation?
good things.
Living
I
legend.
want to hear about Meghan.
What good
because
things?
it's important for us to remember that
There's nothing good that's coming out of Montecito. Excuse me, you want to hear about the good. Is there something? slow down, Tisha. Slow down. Bring it back. Here's the deal. I said a long time ago that I was going to say one nice thing about Meghan when I finish chit-chatting. Just to find something. There's got to be something good in her. At least one thing. And for her to say that she wants to hear about good things that happened to Meghan and Harry, she's going to be waiting a long time. Because him buying an award that he didn't deserve is not good publicity. He's getting backlash from that. And they're already getting backlash from being in Jamaica, shaking hands. Or are they over there at the capacity of the king and trying to make sure that they connect and not break off with the Commonwealth? Or are they over there trying to help them not be apart? Because everybody knows that Meghan and Harry is against the royal family. And just against them, have something negative to say about them all the time, that trash them. I mean, you name it, they have done it. Look, she took Elizabeth's name. She didn't care. You know what she said? Elizabeth doesn't own that name. Do you hear? Hold on. Okay, he's a little older. He's like 100 years old. And he wants all the treaty dues. If you eat them up, I'm not going to be able to give you any later. Here, let's break it in half. This is Rock-a-Doodle. Here you go. Okay, last one. No more treats after that. Mwah. All right. Let's let her brag on Meghan and Harry. Let's listen.
He won his case.
Yes.
It's important for us to continue to.
He won his case. He won, what was it, 150,000? He won 150,000 from that one case that he gonna have to turn around and give that right back for that 750 pound, I'm just gonna say $750,000. He needs to wait before he spend that 150 because he owes some fees. He just backed out of one of his court cases. They asked him for some evidence. He said, obviously, he didn't have any evidence to bring. Harry didn't have any evidence to bring for his case, and so he backed out of it. Now he owes $750,000. So he's a loser. He's not a winner. And look how the Sussexes pick out different things to make them seem like they're some type of hero. Aviation award. He won his case. No, if you listen and you're not careful, you'll think that it's true. No, what happened was he went somewhere and made a fool out of himself, and then he just lost a case and got 4 more with 4 different legal fees going on. No, they out there working. They need some money. Meghan better get back in the job market because they're going to have to leave LA and Montecito.
That message that he and others who aren't as famous as Harry, were able to successfully shine a light on what was wrong with the British press way back when.
About him when
She's saying that Harry was the savior to shine a light of what was going on with the press back then. First of all, why is he digging up old bones? Why are you digging up something that you shouldn't be digging up and leaving alone? You did that because your woman, your Jezebel, y'all like when I call her that, your Jezebel wants the media to stop talking nasty about her or saying anything that would contradict what she's doing. Like the Elizabeth taking Lilibet. Oh no, she don't want us to know that she didn't get permission, because she came out and made a statement saying that they did get permission when we just got receipts that she didn't. So they're not spreading love, joy, and kindness. They're not spreading this fun, this wonderful stuff. No, They're hindering. They didn't shine a light on what was going on with the royal media or what was going on in the royal family. No, they shined a light on their debacleness, their nastiness, their disgusting behavior. What we found out was that, oh, Meghan was over there with them shenanigans. Because let me tell you something. This is where it crosses the line for me. This is why I know Meghan ain't on the up and up. Because you can be in an argument or you can be in a disagreement with one or two people. But the entire country, the entire family you in conflict with, and not just that family, but your father's family and your mama's family and your friends and Harry's childhood friends. You're in conflict with everyone, but she's trying to pretend like Meghan is some kind of superstar that we should be looking up to and that we should be praising. Okay, stop the stupid stuff. Okay, let's move on.
It's an important thing.
What's it got to do with the British Press?
Then isn't
Don't
he a
tell
living
me.
legend
There's
for
a British
doing
press
that?
to blame for. That's not why he got
Isn't
the
he
award.
I'm actually, in
He
my
is a living
view,
legend.
he
He
He got the
absolutely
award for his aviation
Okay, I don't
skill.
know.
and
They
he
all
deserves
talking at the
that
same
aviation
time.
award because he caused you quite a lot of turbulence, Piers Morgan.
I don't mind what turbulence he causes me.
Yeah.
He's a
Oh,
sickening.
you do.
He's a sickening.
It riles you
He's
up.
a sickening.
Storm Piers is
Listen,
affecting
So
us.
this guy thinks that Piers Morgan is out to get Meghan and Harry. And I don't believe that. I believe that he sees what we all see, the debacleness of Meghan and Harry. And he speaks the truth. I don't feel like he has a vendetta, but I do believe Piers Morgan is sick of Meghan and Harry. And he was disgusted with Omen Scobie for putting those two names in that book, the Endgame that Meghan wrote.
The
Right
biggest intruder into royal privacy of all time.
You can.
Harry and Meghan is the biggest intruders on people's privacy. Now, if someone got on national TV and trashed her like she did everyone on the Oprah show, wouldn't she be wanting to sue? Or, I'm sure. Look how many cases Harry had. 6 cases. 6. Now he down to 4. He won one that he owed. He's gonna have to take that money and put it over here. And I don't even consider that a win because he had brought 30 to 60 charges and they threw out half of those. I think they were just being nice to him. I really do. Let's
You know who
continue.
it is? Prince Harry.
Ridiculous.
Prince Harry. It's the
Ridiculous.
ultimate hypocrisy.
What this story
He wrote a book
shows-
literally revealing conversations with his family at the gravesite of his grandfather.
Revealing intimate information about his family on every outlet he could think of. That's how they made their money. That's how Meghan and Harry are able to stay in Montecito for a few days. Because of them. Harry said it on the Oprah show. And I know I've said this before, but he said the reason why we're doing this is because we have to fend for ourselves. Harry tells the truth. If you listen to Harry, Harry would tell off and tell you what the plan was. He tells us, let me just remind us, that Meghan, they was just dating when they were discussing what their kids would look like. Here's another thing. If in fact it was before they got married that they had that conversation about what skin color would be, then what does that have to do with now? Are you with me? Because you married her, you had a child and everything. But you said that in tandem, they wasn't going to get the titles and there was concerns about his skin color. But of course, I hope I'm saying this right. Why would they have a problem with your kid's skin color if they didn't first have a problem with your skin color? And then you're talking about a conversation that was happening between Harry and his family before they met you, before or during the time that you wasn't even privileged to. So she took the conversation and twisted it and made it into something ugly, like racism. And she do believe it. I do believe that she has convinced herself of the lie. I hope I made that clear. Let's move on.
Story shows
It's hard to imagine
is that the British
I think you
press,
might be projecting.
Quite while we've
British
gone
press,
there.
I think you're
the British press
projecting.
can't let go of him.
Anyway,
They
you think
can't let go of him.
he's a living legend? I think he's a
Absolutely.
living Pele.
Congratulations,
And we're
Harry.
going to have to leave.
He's a living idiot. He's a living idiot. Him and his wife. He keeps listening to her, and every time he listens to her, he's going down that wrong path. But like my sister said, if he wakes up and stop allowing her to dictate to him how to live his life, then he may be strong enough to get out of this bad relationship. He's in too deep.
Tommy,
He
always
has
a pleasure to get
nothing.
common sense
She
from
has
you.
put him in a situation where he feels like the only person in his world right now is Meghan. And if she leaves him, then he'll be out in the cold. He's not going to know what to do. Okay.
If only it was shared by my two friends to my left.
Well, maybe you should move to America. They love you there.
I love
Piers.
America. I was just there for
We
3.5
do love
weeks.
you, Piers.
Loved it because I understand.
All right, guys. Okay, guys, I want you to listen to this, okay?
Today looked like business as usual. The Duke and Duchess at a teacher training college, pursuing Kate's passion for early years learning. But first, from the Jamaican Prime Minister, a public reminder that he wants an end to the British monarch's role as head of state.
But Jamaica is, as you would see, a country that is very proud of our history, very proud of what we have achieved. And we are moving on. And we intend to attain in short order without weakness and fulfill our true ambition.
Okay, you really can't understand him. He says he's ready to move on from the Commonwealth, from the British monarchy. He doesn't want to be connected anymore, okay? That's important for what we're going to talk about next. Okay, so I want you guys to listen to this for a second. This is about their visit in Jamaica. It's a little bit more detail-ish, but let's see. Kinsley Schofield seems to think that Meghan is trying to smooch with the Paramount CEO in Jamaica to try to get them some work. I wouldn't be surprised. They did the same thing at the premiere of the Lion King that was asking Disney. Harry was begging Disney to give his wife a part in one of their shows, one of his movies. And he did. She did the elephant, the voiceover for Elephant. And so it paid off. And so they're smooching with the Paramount CEO, which, so what? Listen, everybody better be careful. Every promoter, every CEO, and all of that around Meghan, she's coming. And if you touch her, your brand will deteriorate, dissolve, like how salt dissolves in water. I don't know why I said that. It will. It's like oil and water. It doesn't mix. Meghan doesn't mix. Hollywood is spitting her out like oil and water. It doesn't mix. Meghan didn't fit in the royal family. It didn't mix. It wasn't. Like Harry and Meghan, they don't mix together.
Meghan have come under fire after posing
I
the
like when he says, here they go
Harry and
again.
Meghan have come under fire after posing with the Jamaican Prime Minister, who wants his country to ditch the monarchy. The Sussexers were pictured with Andrew Holness.
So she's posing with the gentleman, the Prime Minister, that wants to abolish the monarchy. I don't think I would have been posing with him knowing that he wants to demolish it unless I was for it, or unless I was trying to convince him not to. But she didn't. I think it's very controversial that she's taken a picture with him. I don't think it looks good unless she's advocating. And I don't think she's advocating for the king. No, she's advocating for herself. Meghan's rubbing shoulders with Paramount CEO. She's trying to rub shoulders with the who's so she can have her next 15 minutes of fame.
the premiere of a film about Bob Marley.
Bob Marley,
I'm joined now by GB News' royal correspondent, Cameron Walker. Cameron,
tell us, Cameron.
Welcome to the show. Here we go again. They're jetting off to Jamaica for a film premiere, which seems to go
I
against...
thought the baby was sick. I thought the baby was sick. She wasn't gonna miss this one. Okay? She wasn't gonna miss this moment. It's too many who's is at this one. Too many billionaires and millionaires at the Bob Marley premiere. She wasn't missing the Jamaica premiere, the red carpet event. But she missed Harry's little shindig because it wasn't about nothing, the aviation moment. But she told us her baby was sick. If your baby is sick, what you doing in Jamaica? I'm confused.
In fact, they're telling us all not to fly, and posing with a prime minister who wants shut.
Don't you get on that plane, move. I'm getting on. That's what she does. Don't get on that plane, but then she pushes you aside and gets on the plane. They're leaking stories. She pushes you aside and leak the stories. Endgame, Catherine and King Charles. She didn't do that. She didn't leak that. She didn't leak that in a book. That's what she does. She tells us what to do, and then she does the opposite all the time. She trashes her family on live TV, but she don't want us talking about her. It's okay that she does it, but when someone else does it, it's wrong. Hypocrite at its worst. She's talking about, remember when she was talking about Catherine in the bridesmaid dresses? How many times has she brought that up since it happened? Several times in a book, on Oprah, and so on. And no, they made me cry. Catherine didn't make you cry. You made yourself cry. Left eye, left tear, girl.
Of the monarchy. Another day, another nightmare for the Sussexes.
Yeah, this has been quite a controversial move by Harry and Meghan. This Prime Minister, the Jamaican Prime Minister, Andrew Holness, he is the guy who posed in front of cameras with Prince William and Princess Catherine back in 2022. Bearing in mind, he knew cameras were there and said to them, "We are moving on." In other words, we want to get rid of King Charles as our head of state in Jamaica and become a republic. And since then, he has increasingly ramped up the rhetoric in terms of doing that. So this year, Jamaica is expected to hold a referendum on whether or not it should keep...
They're going to do a vote. They're going to discuss if they should keep the monarchy or not. And this is a little controversy. I don't think Meghan is advocating for the king. I just don't think so. I don't think that she's, influence and an influencer.
The monarchy in that country. Of course, Barbados, another Caribbean nation, has already cut ties with the British monarchy. But the fact of it, as you can see on your screens here, Harry and Meghan have been pictured alongside Andrew Holness, has sparked particular controversy because although Prince Harry and indeed Meghan is no longer a working member of the royal family, Harry is still in line to the throne and the king's son. So it has been quite controversial politically as well as for the Commonwealth as well.
Do you think he realises what he's doing? Is he just silly, or is this just absolutely idiotic?
I mean, I can only speculate. I suspect he perhaps didn't know who he was meeting or was going to meet when he accepted the invitation.
That doesn't make sense. You know what you're going to do before you do it. And then it was up to him to decide to meet or not meet. But it's controversial because these two called the family racist and said all these mean and nasty things about the royal family. And now they're shaking hands with someone that wants to abolish the monarchy. I don't think that that's a good look. In other words, to me, it's almost like she's saying, yes, we want you to do that. Meghan wanted to bring down the monarchy. She wanted trash. She wanted them to not succeed. She does to this day. If she didn't, then why did she come out with those two names in the book? No, she is hell-bent on bringing down the monarchy for some odd forsaken reason. And that is the main reason why she has not been able to put herself on top. That was the main reason why Meghan cannot get her brand off the ground, is because how she treats her her relatives, how she treats the royals. If she stops bashing them and trashing them, she might be able to do something in Hollywood. But since the Endgame didn't come out and WME is pissed off still, I don't care what they do, how hard they try, how hard people have, like the video we did just a little, information we discussed earlier, that stop breathing air into these two, that people are sick and tired and done. Moving on.
Yeah, because another person who he and Meghan met on the red carpet at the premiere in Jamaica was the boss of Paramount Pictures. And people have been speculating online, and journalists have been speculating whether or not there was some networking going on the red carpet. If you remember, Harry was kind of hot mic'd a couple of years ago trying to lobby the Disney.
He's talking about that Disney moment when they went to the premiere of The Lion King and Harry was begging to get his wife a job. This was right after the pregnancy. They were leaving. They were racking up them deals. And now, where are they? Where are the deals? Where is it? Meghan is just showing up at a premiere. She has no talent. She's not doing anything but showing up. That's it. What else is there to her?
CEO to give Meghan some voiceover work. Of course, we know that they have lost their Spotify deal prematurely. One of the executives called them grifters. So perhaps it's obviously just speculation, but was he going there with the intention to perhaps get another media deal with...
Meghan is never going to turn down an opportunity to make money or to be famous or to be seen. That's why she came. That's why she left sick baby at home, I guess, because she said he was sick. And then ran off to run so she could put her eyes on everything. They knew exactly who they were going to see and who they were going to meet. And I 100% believe that Harry and Meghan was out there trying to get some jobs.
Paramount Pictures on this occasion. That perhaps is one of the motivations as to why.
You know, my wife can do voiceover. She loves Disney. You know, she's an actress, right? She played in that movie Suits. You think you have a role for her? No, she told him, Harry, I want to go to Hollywood. I want to do this. I want to do that. And he said, okay, baby, let's go. I'm going to do whatever you want me to do. I'm going to make you happy.
Harry and Meghan went to this particular premiere, and of course celebrating the heritage of Jamaica and Bob Marley too.
Do you think, Cameron, this kind of underlines the vacuum we have in the royal family? The working royals, of course, now, Princess in hospital, the King with his own health issues, and there's a void of people to step up and do it. And yet here we are, the Sussexers basically turning up to the opening of an envelope in Jamaica.
Well, it's very much, I suppose, keep calm and carrying on, isn't it? Harry and Meghan no longer working members of the royal family. They cannot be dictated to by either the royal family or the British government of what they do, and they have decided to go to a film premiere. On the other hand, we have seen Queen Camilla support victims of domestic violence this week. Just this morning, the Duchess of Edinburgh was supporting or educating girls with the menstrual cycle in East London, and the Duke of Edinburgh is out and about in South Africa and St Helena representing the country. And of course, Harry and Meghan have chosen to go to a film premiere. They have been to Jamaica before.
While Camilla over there working and doing things to help the community, help her country, and help those, Meghan and Harry they're going to premiere. They're going to, anything to get Meghan in the front, anything to get Meghan a job, anything to get Meghan from where she is right now back up to the top. I don't see an incline of her success. I see a decline. And I don't think that Paramount can do what they want to with her. But they better be careful for, like the Royal Rogue says, you're going to get markled.
And obviously have ties to the Caribbean. They were Commonwealth Youth Ambassadors when they were working members of the royal family. But nonetheless, the optics perhaps don't look great when they are shaking hands with the Jamaican Prime Minister who wants to get rid of King Charles as head of state.
And this final point about, they seem to lecture the rest of us about not taking unnecessary trips. You know, let's cut down our carbon footprint, let's let's all live in caves and be colder and poorer. Here they are on a jolly to Jamaica simply to go and see a movie. It's sticks in the craw of the double standards, wouldn't you say, Cameron?
Yeah, I mean, we don't know how they...
It's just like what I said. Don't do what we do. Do the opposite of what we do. Don't get on a jet. Get on a commercial. Don't leak stories, but we'll do it. Don't trash your family, but we'll do it. Let's steal, but don't you steal. Let's be mean, but don't you be mean. No, Meghan does the opposite of everything that she tries to preach or tries to I can't get the word out. Tries to portray herself as. And all we see is evil. I'm out of here, guys. I hope you enjoyed my video. Kisses to all of you. Let me know what you think. Also, too, I want to give a special thank you to Sue Smith for my shout out. My numbers went out the roof. And thank you, subscribers, the new ones. And also my veterans. Thank you so much. We're going to do a lot of new great things with my channel coming up. I believe if I can, I'll get my sister on here on Thursday with me and Sam, and we'll see how that goes. If not, she's coming over this weekend. Me and I'm throwing a small little charade party for Kira and her friends at school on Sunday. And so my sister will be over here Saturday, so we may do it. Me and my mom and my sister may do another video. So kisses to all of you. Have a wonderful day and give yourself a big hug. And that's the Meghan Show. See ya.